Texas A&M kind of low-key smothered Mississippi State. And it was bad enough where Brandon Walker was texting me during the game. That's how bad it was. Complete game from A&M. Padlock stat, you outrushed someone 299 to 77, you probably won the game. 4 sacks, 9 more tackles for loss. They just wrecked teams. A&M has a bunch of ways to win games. People are going to doubt them because of the whole A&M can't do this and do that thing. This is one of the best teams in the country. They play Florida this week. It's going to be an incredible game. But look at what their stars are doing. Reuben Owens, 21 carries, 142 yards. Mario Craver touched the ball 10 times, 115 yards and a touchdown. Casey Concepcion, half a dozen of them, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. If you want me to nitpick, I can. Mike Elko leans on us to doubt his team. He depends on us for that. He loves a gloomy media. They're still 123rd in penalties. We got to get that cleaned up. Other than that, things are great. Texas Tech is rolling. Texas Tech beat Houston 35-11. They've won every game, but this is a paper popper. Texas Tech's won every game by 24 or more. In a league that has been known for its competitive balance and parity, is anyone going to even provide so much as a speed bump for Texas Tech? They're the number 2 scoring offense in the country. They're the number 4 scoring defense in the country. I know most of you haven't watched them. I know you haven't. And you're not taking them seriously because they're a Big 12 team. And, oh, wow, cute, the best of the Big 12. Great. There's some really good players in AA. Then they get called up to the majors. Guys, that is not what's happening here. What's happening here is a lot of players who would start and have started in the Power 2 transferred to Texas Tech, and they're a very good team, and they're a very dangerous team, and they are not a team that merely hopes to get to the playoff. They are a team you're not going to want to play if they get there. So that's a long way away. I'm just trying to provide the backdrop. This is not your normal Big 12 situation. It's not. They got something brewing out there in Lubbock. And I use that phraseology because I know it fits the hype videos they want to make. So something is brewing in Lubbock, Texas. They play Kansas Saturday. Watch them. Just watch them. It'll jump off the screen to you. There's a major gap, as you can see, in the odds to win the Big 12. Texas Tech plus 100. Arizona State is next up. I think they play Utah this week. Ohio State is such a boring team to watch for the best of reasons right now. If you're not an Ohio State fan, I ask, how much of Ohio State have you watched since Texas? Have you watched them? I guarantee you a lot of you haven't even watched them because they're so dominant. I forgot we wrote this down. This is cruel, so I'll go through it quickly. They won 42-3 against Minnesota. Just a body bagging. This is the Minnesota drive chart. Earmuffs, kids. Field goal. Good. I forgot they scored in the opening drive. Okay, well, it's downhill from there. Field goal, 3 and out, 3 and out. Turnover on downs, 3 and out. Punt. Brief trip to the locker room. We're back out. 3 and out, 3 and out. Missed field goal, punt. It's over. Go home. Night game at the Shoe. Is that the first one since the Tennessee game? I think so. Yeah, it turns out Ohio State's pretty lethal at home at night. Imagine that. Julian Sayin he's got such a blessed situation right now. He's playing for one of, if not the best teams in the country, and he gets to ease his way in because he knows that the other side of the ball is not going to give up more than like 10 or 14 points max. So 23 of 27 for 326 and 3 scores is more than enough. And they got the number 1 scoring defense in the country right now. They're good. They're not going anywhere. My question is, how often are they going to get pushed? Like, is it going to be one of those situations where we get to the end of the year or we get to the Big Ten championship game and Ohio State hasn't had parts of their team challenged all year? Like, I'm asking that. We'll see. Hey, really quick timeout. We'll get right back to the video. Do me one favor. Make sure you're subscribed. It helps us keep the show free. It helps us keep the lights on. It helps us keep doing college football year-round, and we appreciate it. All right, back to the video. Virginia's there. They beat Louisville 30-27 in overtime. Virginia's still there. The box score is lying to you. This was a great game. It could have been a Fort Ally Classic. Virginia yesterday, they got outgained 383-237. Irrelevant. First downs, they got outgained 25-14. Irrelevant. It's irrelevant because they scored 2 defensive touchdowns. And they're now 3-0 in ACC play because they do this thing where sometimes they play teams from their conference over there, but they don't count as a conference game. Again, don't ask me. When I'm commissioner, we're outlawing that practice. But the schedule gazers are out. Do we have Virginia? Wow, we got Virginia's schedule. So I'm gonna tell you, if you're listening on podcast, there are not high hurdles left on the schedule. They got Washington State. North Carolina is just a wet bag of trash right now. They go to Cal. That's a cross-country trip. That's about what Cal is right now. They got Wake Forest, who we bet on yesterday and won money on. They go to Duke, Virginia Tech. So, again, this is not – we can't be doing this because as soon as we talked about this with Cal, they got shut out by San Diego State. So we're not pretending Virginia is elite. What we are doing is saying every one of their games remaining is winnable. And as a result, they have the third best odds to win the conference right now. They're a distant third behind Miami and to a lesser extent Georgia Tech. But did you ever think you'd check out the ACC odds at the midpoint of the season and see Virginia with infinitely better numbers than Clemson? No, me either. Moving on, tough day for Iowa State yesterday. But I'll take 11-1. That's fine. They fell to Cincinnati 38-30. They were beat to death. I think they were down 2 corners. A wide receiver went down. Is this excuse making? Of course it is. Yes, of course it is. But good on Cincinnati because this was a 31-7 game. And then good on Iowa State for fighting back and making it a 1-possession game. But the number 2 spot in the Big 12 is wide open. Like right now, Texas Tech's the clear number 1. It could be Arizona State. It could be Cincy. It could be Utah. Brigham Young is undefeated. It could be TCU. Iowa State is there in that little clump of teams. It could be anybody. And lastly, for a very specific reason, North Carolina got drug all over their home field yesterday. North Carolina got splattered all over Chapel Hill. Clemson beat them 38-10, and that's only because Dabo took pity on Bill Belichick at halftime. Because this was 35-3 at the half. You got to be careful with Clemson. I don't care about this game. There was not even the faintest hint of a pushback from North Carolina here. And there may not be when they play Boston College, a team that's completely lost its way. I am not about to allow myself to get fooled into thinking Clemson has figured things out. You can prove that once you play better competition, which you will. Because eventually you'll play SMU, you'll play at Louisville, you'll play FSU, you'll play South Carolina. No, I'm not doing that again. We're not doing the thing where you just beat the unranked teams and then fool everyone into thinking you're back and then you're not back. Nope, we're not doing that again. You got a long way to go to prove you're back. But man, North Carolina is a disaster. I know Mac Brown fairly well. Mac Brown is one of the best human beings walking this planet. And he's got a heart of gold. But even I have to believe that Mac Brown was somewhere yesterday in a very comfy recliner, cashing a massive buyout check with a smirk on his face, knowing good and well he could do infinitely better in 2025 at North Carolina than Bill Belichick can and will. And they paid him to go away.